Okay, here's part 3. Before I start, I just want to point out, some of you guys will hear this running and say, you know, seems like this engine's got a vacuum leak, and you're right. I discovered the idle isn't quite right. It'll idle high at times and then drop off real low, and it's kind of erratic. And I found that there's a vacuum leak somewhere in the for the traffic here. Just 1 second. Okay, there is a vacuum leak somewhere on at least one of the carburetors, and it's causing a weird idle. I'm going to try a little later on to get some tighter fitting clamps, try and tighten the carburetor boots a little. So you'll notice it doesn't run 100%, not perfect, but good enough for certainly a test drive, which I still haven't taken yet. As you can see, I live in a subdivision here, and you know, you really can't be driving machines up and down the road. There's no trails real handy, so I don't want to cause any trouble or annoy anybody by driving on public roads. So I've actually got to put it on a trailer and take it out for a test drive. So anyway, the engine's running half decent. It still needs to be tuned. I'm going to leave it a little later on, drive it a bit, check it out, make some adjustments, and just take my time with it, try to get it running perfectly. When I do turn the ignition key on, you'll hear a loud beeping noise. That's a little creative thing I've done. I've taken the signal light buzzer from the motorcycle, because basically when your signal lights were on, it would beep to let you know by noise that your signal light is still on, so you can remember to turn it off. So what I've done, I've taken the signal flasher and the beeper and connected it to the low oil warning light, which is this light right here. So this light will flash and the beeper will go off when there's no oil pressure. And I did that because on a sunny day like today, an oil light just turning on as it was set up, you may not notice, and it could be too late. You could actually damage your engine. So with the flashing light and a loud buzzer, hopefully it will draw your attention faster and allow you to shut the engine down without damaging it. That's one nice feature about a motorcycle. It has low oil warning, especially on a big engine. You don't really want to toast it. This tank here on the side is actually the oil tank. That's where the motor oil is stored. It's got these big hoses coming down here, and the engine's got two oil pumps. One actually provides oil pressure to lubricate the engine, and the other pump is a scavenger pump that pulls the oil that collects in the base pan under the engine and pumps it back to the tank. It's called dry sump engine because the base pan really has no oil in it. It's done to save ground clearance and to allow the motorcycle to have a lower center of gravity by lowering the engine and storing the oil up on the side. Now there are other engines and bikes out there that use this system. This is one of them. It holds 3.5 liters, by the way, of oil. So yeah, I'm going to start it here for you now, and I don't know how the sound is going to turn out. That could be garbly and you may not be able to hear it, or you may get a good idea. So here we go, and you'll hear the oil warning beeper first. Start it up here. No, that's not good. Anyway, there's that racket. So my neighbors don't appreciate it too much. I've been doing that for a few days now. Anyway, so yeah, it's getting a little bit of smoke there, basically because it's leaking around the pipes the exhaust is kind of raw. Plus I think the valve stem seals may be a little bad in the engine. I noticed when I had the exhaust off, I could look into the exhaust ports and I could see a little more than normal oil leaking down around the valve stem seals. So probably down the road I'll freshen it up a little, but certainly good enough for now. So I've never ever used this engine before. This actually engine and frame was parts that came with the CB750 over here in my junk pile. Although it's not junk, it's actually a very good motorcycle for its age. I've just borrowed a few parts to complete this project. That's actually a complete motorcycle CB750. But anyway, it's kind of been harvested for now. I intend to put that back to its former glory. So yeah, there you have it. That's the 750 MSX, and I don't know how many more bikes there are like it around, but I'm sure there are a few similar. I don't know if anybody's really taken the time to make it look all legit and factory-like. But this is mine anyway. Be interesting to hear about some more. Alright, see you later.